temple or the church or mosque thinking God is there, but He's everywhere. So when we are cleaning it, and there's beer bottles and Sprite and there's power drinks and all that kind of thing, and some other rubbish. People have tipped their actually settees and sofas and all that. They want the devotees to sit on it if they get tired. Well, I wouldn't. I'll catch somebody. So there was a sofa left in this car park. That's gone, but there's another one at the other end. And devotees came and we cut the grass, and the people living in the community who use that path, they were actually very grateful. They said, "This is very nice. This is the real seva," they're saying. A Muslim couple said that. They went by, I goes, "By cleaning this, I'm cleaning my heart." He said, "Not only are you cleaning your heart, you're cleaning Janta's heart." And every time we do this, I think we should do that more often, but then we forget because we've got other priorities. But really, a devotee sees the Lord everywhere. And once Murari Bapu was asked, if God is everywhere, why do people go to temples and mosques and things like that? So he gave a very nice answer, because I was thinking, let's see what he says. He says, air is everywhere. When you have a tire puncture, you go to the petrol station to fill the gas in, because that's where the concentrated compressed gas is. So similarly, God is everywhere, but when you want to see Him in the form, and then you go to the temple. But a devotee, Prabhupada said, a neophyte must serve the deities. You can't just be with the chanting. You must serve the deity as well. If you don't do that, he said, you won't connect, you won't go further. But the very advanced devotees like Haridas Thakur and others, they didn't need to worship the deity, because they see the mantra, Maha Mantra, as the Supreme Lord. And some call it Mahamantra Prabhu. I think they call the word Prabhu to Mahamantra. I remember Sachinand Maharaj, we went to Govardhan, that's where he was staying for Kartik. Once I went to visit him. So he's actually framed the Mahamantra and put down Mahamantra Prabhu. So he would do Aarti to it as well. Is it Nam Prabhu? Okay, oh, sorry. Thank you. Nam Prabhu. So, and a devotee sees the personality of the Lord in everything. Because there's the Roop and then there's the Swarup. Roop is the form, Swarup is the personality. So even the name has a personality. It's not like any name. Iti Shotsha Nam Nam Kali Kalm Sanashnam. To destroy the contamination of this Kali, it needs a special formula. And Vyasadeva Ji gave that formula of 16 words. So many people say, well, just say anything you like. Yeah, you can, but you won't get the same result. Like you work in the pharmacy. So then when somebody has a cough, he doesn't have a stomach upset or some other medicine. It's got to be specific. So for Kali Yoga contamination, this Maha Mantra. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu actually, told Haridas Thakur and Nityananda Prabhu to go and preach that Maha Mantra. And they used to say, Ek bar to bolo bhai Shri Krishna Naam. Just once. They believed so much, even if you say once, your life is going to change. Not that you'll get Krishna, but your life is changed. Like you go to the rail tracks, in Bharat, there used to be, that handle thing. When they change that, kanta badal jata, usko kanta kehte hain, and the track changes. And so what happens, the track changes. It's not that the train has reached the destination, it's just this track is now changed. Similarly, when we chant the Lord's name, so everybody say, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
So when you say that, your life is changed. Aapne kanta laga diya udhar. And your destination has changed. So it's very important. Okay, so now we'll do introduction. Have you put the introduction? Om Agyan. So I want everybody to please look at the screen and say this invocation. And quite a few of you are having shelter of the Lordship, so we should realize that let's get trained up in learning to speak publicly and remember these prayers and everything. Okay, here we go. Let's go. Om Agyan Timirandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshurun Militam Gena Tasme Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuttapada Kamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathan Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvetam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhan Vitangscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vanchakalpa Tarubhyascha Kripa Sindhu Bhyayevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So wonderful. Srila Prabhupada translated the scriptures for a reason, and many people think just by having the knowledge that's good enough. That's gyan. But the other word is vigyan. Vigyan is like technical term. It means you've actually understood it deeper than just knowledge. Because there's a lot of knowledge now on internet. You know, you can anything you want, and AI, everything. But you don't believe in it. You don't realize it. It's just that you have information. You know about Peking, New York, Los Angeles, but you've never been. You don't know any features. So you know the roop of the knowledge, but not the swaroop. And the word Veda is not knowledge. It's the actual, description of the truth. So that's why your Vedas mein likha hai. In the olden time, the scholarly would always quote the Vedas. They wouldn't say, I believe, I think. Nobody listened to them. It says, in the Vedas it says this, but my understanding of that is you can say that. And the other person says, but this Bij mantra, Bija word, Akshar, has also got this meaning in this context. It's like I give you a hat. When a woman wears that hat and the man wears a hat, it's the same hat, but when you look at the woman, say, it suits you, but not this person. ठीक है ना? Like if a man wears a sari, you just walk away from him. But it's a sari. Well, what's wrong is sari is a cloth, but a man is wearing it. So similarly, these words, it depends which the word, after which word it is there, or before which word is there. It has a different meaning. I'm just saying so. That's what I've heard. I'm not scholarly like that, but they say cha, api, also, and. Even api is used where and where is so technical. It changes the meaning of the next word. Like a train bogie. If from far you look like so many cabins are connected, but if the hook is not connected on, when the steam engine goes forward, you go, two bogies to rahegi piche. But from far it looks like they're connected. So similarly in a sentence, there's commas, apostrophes and everything. It's supposed to have meaning, but these days the texts are all you is you, two, you two can come, and I'm thinking they're getting rid of grammar. Prince Charles, he was so worried. He said, we're killing the English language. He said, look at people, they're not, before it was like Queen's English. I say, how are you? All that kind of, they say, very scholarly. They say, hey, you're all right. I just communicated like, are you okay? So you can see the language has been destroyed. Sthit pragyasya ka bhasha smadhistasya keshava. Ki jo learned hote hain, unki bhasha kya hai? What's the language? Even Prabhupada said, if everybody's dressed up nicely, everybody looks like till somebody opens their mouth, you realize what his personality is. Because, when you go to a wedding, everybody's got the latest suits on and everything. So you think everybody's rich and everybody's clever. But till somebody speaks, you think, no, I don't think he's educated. So Bhasha is so important. So Prabhupada ji selected words for us for Kali Yuga. And many of the translators in the previous, who translated the Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam, they're impressed that Srila Prabhupada was able to simplify the meaning without losing the context and giving it to somebody who doesn't know anything about the Krishna conscious culture. The Americans, when they became devotees, you think they knew the... Prabhupada said there's no culture in the West. He said it. If there's any culture left, it's in Bharat. You might think, how's that? Please don't consider something modern means more cultural. Some of the traditional things are very deep, like the ocean. It's been there. Our culture, Vedic culture, when they say that, it holds a lot of water. Because there is tradition, there is the Siddhanta from the scriptures, and Manusmriti and lots of things, even Varnashram system, like Brahman, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra. So if you talk to modern Hindus as well, and when you say there's a four-caste system, they will think, oh, prejudice, that's all. Really, really cruel system. Immediately you don't mention this. But Prabhupada did. Wherever he went, he goes, if there's a cultural country, it should have Varnashram system. According to the gunas. Trey guna. Satogun, Rajogun, Tamogun. Those guns are there. I was listening to Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada said, these three gunas, and the permutation of 3 into 3 is 9. Then 9 into 9, 81. 81 into 81. It said this way, there's 8,400,000 species according to the three gunas. I've never heard that before. He said, ye teen guna ke saath, you got amoeba, you got tiger or whatever, because the proportions of Rajo, Sato, Gun, Tamogun makes you that, gives you the body. And it gives you that consciousness. Body comes later. Your consciousness, when you leave the body, you have a consciousness. So which body you get next time? You don't say to Krishna, oh, I got a catalog here. Can I have this body and this parents? No chance. There's no catalog. Yamaraj has a catalog. It's, I know where you fit in. First you're going to get this body, then there, then. So when a baby is born, it just cries. And the parents are like suddenly attached to the baby. It's my baby. Well, you didn't even know when he was in there. You're using this ultrasound to find out whether it's a boy or a girl. They don't know. But as soon as it comes out, it's my baby. And even wife ignores the husband. The husband feels, oh, she doesn't love me like she used to before because Maro Dikro. So they become attached. But the child doesn't know in the beginning who the parents are. She's familiar to the mother. So you can see you had parents before, now you got another parents. And there's a shloka which says there, say prema bandhu, is it? Param bandhu, it's not prema, param bandhu. Say param bandhu, say pita mata, Shri Krishna charne ye prem bhakti data. So whoever gives you prem bhakti of Krishna, he's your mother and father. Sakala jeev, pita mata sabhe paya, Guru Krishna na miliye, bhajya hi aya. Everybody has mother and father. Even a pig has mother and father. But the pig's mother and father, I'm not going to teach him Krishna consciousness, are they? Even if they did, he won't understand. He's a pig, isn't he? And so, just think about it. The Krishna consciousness amount of people in the world, very few. But we think, oh, there's a lot of ISKCON temples, there's a lot of temples in Bharat and everything. But are they understanding the highest? The Vigyan. Gyan they might have. Vigyan. So, Prabhupada ji is such an engineer, he made it, understandable. I'm told in Bengal, West Bengal, where Bhaktisiddhanta ji has got many mutts, the devotees of Bhaktisiddhanta ji follower also love Prabhupada's books. So we can understand it. Because I've read Bhaktisiddhanta's books. You can't understand, you need a dictionary next to you. His expressions are so colonial, very high standard English. we can read, what is that, Brahma Samhita in there that says translation. You got to have what does that mean? But Prabhupada's one, they love it. And so devotees, when they go out there, because we do quite a few book distribution to the Gaudiya Math, because they like Prabhupada's, the way it was done. And so Prabhupada, it is said, didn't want any changes in the way he wrote and all that, but the disciples, some of them who are astute in modern English, they said we've got to keep it up to date, because if you read the Victorian English and now, people prefer the modern English. And you can see on WhatsApp text and all that, people are putting all sorts, so there's no commas, no full stop, everything will do. Whereas before, my Nana used to be English teacher, and he would say, where's that comma? And my younger brother, I was all right, he never taught me Nana, because he said, you're okay. But the younger one, he goes, do the B. So he did the B, small, round up there, big on the one. And he goes, is this a pregnant dog? Bitch. He said, you put the stomach so big like that. He was so particular. He said, give your finger, and then the back of the pencil, he would squeeze his finger. So next time you don't do that. That was the method in Bharat. Really. Now it's all been banned and all that, so that's why everybody's doing everything. Before, it was the handwriting in the old days, so fine, fantastic. All the scriptures were written, and it's just like a print. So we tend to think now, knowledge is everywhere, but we are still unhappy and ignorant. My Guru Maharaj used to say, that Prabhupada used to say, big head and no brains. Say to the Americans, like, you got big heads and you like change, you like to change everything. So listening to Srila Prabhupada, it's glorious, and I do hear others as well, but Prabhupada has become our, and people who want to take shelter, they are being encouraged to listen to Prabhupada's lecture, because you're hearing from the Master. So I'm basing today's talk on what I heard from Srila Prabhupada, and so what we'll do is I'm leaving it open that everybody chips in with the understanding of this verse. It's not too complicated, but I would like your input. So what I'm going to do is, look, can you give me Bhagavatam 1:17-24? Canto 1, 17, chapter 24. Bhagavatam. Canto 1, 17, chapter 24. Okay, we got it? Okay. So this is interesting. My Guru Maharaj used to talk about this verse quite a lot. One thing you have to remember is that if you become a bit too learned without having discipline or good habits, that knowledge will be misused. Because you've got to have a character, especially to be spiritual. You've got to have a character. You've got to be various things. Otherwise, there's loads of people now cheating in the name of religion around the world. Don't just think in Bharat only, all over the world. There are sharp people who are making money, and they'll have to pay the price for it. They'll have to pay the price, because karma is there. Please don't think that only if you believe in karma, then you'll get reaction. If you don't believe in karma, bad won't happen to you. That's foolishness, like the law of the land. You don't see it written down here. I think Pujari, they found out he was driving 3:30 in the morning, practicing his car as a learner, and the police went by saying, why is this car going backwards and forwards? So just because, see, I don't believe in karma, but you can do wrong, there is reaction. We've seen in life, bad people, they really, really do face it, and the good people, But the question is, why do good people suffer at the end? There's always that question. I had somebody passed away the other day and they said, my brother was very good. Why did it happen to them? So they lose faith in the Lord a little bit. Okay, so we're going to read this one. So please repeat after me. Tapaha, austerity. Shocham, cleanliness. Daya, mercy. Satyam, truthfulness. Iti, thus. Padaha, legs. Krite, in the age of Satya. Kritaha, established. Adharma, irreligiosity. Amshahe, by the parts. Traya, three combined. Bhagnaha, broken. Smaya, pride. Sangha, too much association with women. Or opposite gender should be read like that. Madhe, intoxication. Tava, your. So, tapa shocham daya satyam. Tapa shocham daya satyam. Iti padaha krite kirtaha. Iti padaha krite kirtaha. Adharmam shaistreo bhagnaha. Adharmam shaistreo bhagnaha. Smaya sangha madeshtava. Smaya sangha madeshtava. Tapa shocham daya satyam. Iti padaha krite kritaha. Adharmam shaistreo bhagnaha. Smaya sangha madeshtava. So please repeat after me in translation by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki. In the age of Satya, truthfulness, your four legs were established by the four principles of austerity, cleanliness, mercy, and truthfulness. But it appears that the three of your legs are broken due to rampant irreligion in the form of pride, lust for women, and intoxication. Now, I haven't studied this deep, I'm just seeing it now, and the purport is there. We'll read it. Bolo Srila Prabhupada ki. The deluding energy or material nature can act upon the living beings proportionately in terms of the living beings falling prey to the deluding attraction of Maya. So there's a verse there, Krishna booliye, Jiva bhoga vancha kare, pasite Maya tare japatiya dare. So when you forget Krishna, Maya is waiting for you. They say, asat gama sato, asato mama, asato mam sato gamaha. So you are in asata, you're in ignorance, and then you should actually know the truth about you and what's around you as well. So we fall prey to the deluding attraction of Maya. Moths are captivated by the glaring brightness of light, and thus they become prey to the fire. Yeah, we used to have actually a very strong spotlight here before, without a cover, when the altar was here. Once I was doing my japa and I saw a big bumblebee come or something, a moth. He went and there was smell of meat. Oh God! If somebody comes in now, they're thinking of cooking meat. But it was the moth. I actually saw it kill itself, But he thought it's great light. Oh, let's go. So Maya is like that. Similarly, the deluding energy is always captivating the conditioned souls to become prey to the fire of delusion, And the Vedic scriptures warn the conditioned souls not to become prey to delusion but to get rid of it. The Vedas warn us to go not to the darkness of ignorance but to the progressive path of light. So the word progressive is used. You know, like darkness, you don't have to progress in it. It's like a well. When you're walking in the dark, you fall in the well. It's not like slowly you're following. Boom. But when you're climbing a mountain, you do progressively. So that is slowly. It's not you're at the mountain top straight away. It's hard work. So similarly, the spiritual path is progressive. But going to hell is just Ganga Mai ki jai, 2 minutes. You know. So that is very dangerous path. Padam padam yat vipadam. The Lord Himself also warns that the deluding power of material energy is too powerful to overcome. But one who completely surrenders unto the Lord can easily do so. So which verse is that? Devi esha gunamai mammaya duratya mameva yuprapadyante maya metan tarantite. So in there in Bhagavad Gita it says in the 7th chapter. But to surrender onto the lotus feet of the Lord is also not very easy. Prabhupada is saying as well. People think just put tilak on, kantimala, and many people just want kantimala. So they, wherever they walk, they'll say, oh, acha, Vaishnava, and that kantimala can choke you as well sometimes, Such surrender is possible by persons of austerity, cleanliness, mercy and truthfulness. These 4 principles of advanced civilization. So the civilizations which are not advanced, that's what Prabhupada said, there's no civilization, It's eat, drink and be merry for tomorrow we die in the West. But in Bharat, Vedic terms, there was austerity and tapasya for thousands of years they would do that. And in that age, every human being was practically a qualified Brahman of the highest order. This is in Satya Yuga. And in the social order of life, they were all Paramhansas, or the topmost of their renounced order. By cultural standing, the human beings were not at all subjected to deluding energy. So this way, Maya keeps away. If you stick to this formula, Maya can't touch you. You don't even get introduced. Like, once darkness went to Krishna, they said, the Surya Bhagwan doesn't let me live. He goes, oh, is that so? That's not nice. We'll ask Surya Dev. So when Surya Dev came, Krishna goes, there's somebody, don't let him live. And he goes, who? And he told darkness, come, because I can't come. And sun goes, Surya, darkness who? I never see darkness. He never sees darkness. So the person who is following dharma, he doesn't see Maya. He doesn't see Maya. He says everything belongs to Krishna. Really. Tathastu. Jo karte hain, Bhagavan karte hain. When somebody becomes a devotee, not that they've realized that who's the controller, they see Krishna everywhere. Because whatever they do it for Krishna. And that's why I think iska vishwas bahut drid hai. It's very, very powerful vishwas. No, it's not that. He actually sees Krishna everywhere. His kingdom everywhere. Abhi now, have you met the Prime Minister? But if you do anything wrong here, you'll be caught. That is his power. Although he's not directly linked, but he's controller like that. Similarly, you don't have to see Krishna. His Prakriti. Maya Dakshina Prakriti. He controls the Prakriti. So please realize, indirectly you're meeting up with Krishna. Even Maya is owned by Krishna. He's Mayapati and this is Maya. But they don't have understanding. They don't see Mayapati. They say, 4 houses, 10 cars, popularity, social media, what they call it, YouTuber, and all that kind of thing. They think this is real success. But the same people suffer mental breakdown when the followers go away because they propped everything with lies. They don't share truth, They hold a guitar, take a photograph saying, I play the guitar. Well, they can't hear it. Looking wise, you look like you play the guitar, but then you'll feel guilty if somebody says, hey, come on, play the guitar now. And you'll be in trouble. So, but gradually, as the basic principle of Brahminical culture, namely austerity, cleanliness, mercy, and truthfulness, became curtailed by proportionate development of pride, attachment for women, and intoxication, the path of salvation or the path of transcendental bliss retreated far, far away from human society. So, I'm going to put a little break here. So there's 4 legs of Dharma. What are they? On the verse. Or can you bring it down? Number 1. Can you remember out of the 4 which one? Okay, austerity, okay. So what does that mean? Anybody? Let me hear you what austerity, tapasya means. For us, what austerity do we do? Akadashi? Yeah, Nirjala Akadashi. Yeah, getting in the morning, Mangala. So these are austerities, you know. So people who don't like to get up in the morning or do Akadashi, so they're not being austere. Take it now. Simple. They're not wrong. They're not doing austerity. That's it. Leave it there. Which means if you don't do something, then you won't get what you should be getting. It's not wrong. People think of, oh, I've done wrong. No, you opted for easier route, so you won't get the result like you would if you didn't opt for the. So it's opting out for whatever circumstances. No good judging anyone. They don't do that, so maybe they miss out on something. Maybe they do something else, you know, which is austerity. It doesn't have to be just Mangalarti and things like that. So austerity, what else, austerities do we do? What else? What do mothers do? Austerities? Aapki austerity kya hoti hai? I know you're looking at your son, and so that becomes austerity. Till life. You say, he'll never finish it. So even this is like duties now. Prabhupada said, serving the higher people, which is the Supreme Lord and elderly and all that, is seva. Serving the lower people is daya. It is still service. Like a doctor and the nurse, they're serving patient. That's daya. The doctor is not serving you, he's merciful. And you, when you do seva to the Supreme Lord, spiritual master, elders, that is called seva. And Prabhupada said, you don't do daya to Krishna. He gives you daya. So you're not merciful to Krishna. Say, okay, Krishna, I think you need to eat. I'll cook something. I'll offer to you. Or does Krishna need food? He generates so much. You know, he can be satisfied. But out of love, like Yashoda Ma said, beta kha le, you know, Krishna. To patla ho jayega. She's worried about Krishna getting thin, not kind. And he's walking with the cows without shoes. Beta, put shoes on. कितनी चिंता और भगवान के बोलता ना मैया आप पहले गैया के शूज डाल दो फिर मैं भी डाल लूँगा. I love my cows. If they don't wear shoes, I don't wear shoes. But you can see that's a love exchange. So mothers do tapasya. What does the fathers do? Tapasya.
Go to work.
Go to work, yeah. So Pita is provider and protector. So tapasya. Just like Kshatriyas, what is their tapasya? To protect the jana, the people. If they don't do that, enemy comes in. So tapasya. The police, what's the tapasya? Justice. They have to say, sorry, I know you're my cousin, but you broke the rule. That's it. That's austerity. See what? You realize I'm losing out. Somebody I know is losing out, but I'm sorry. Like in the temple, Prabhuji here in the cleaning department, he said when somebody commits to a service, when they don't do it, but they expect somebody else to do it, you've just let the Lord down. And he, you know, that's Pragnesh's thing. When somebody says, look, I can't do it, he goes, well, I'm not employing you. You just said no to Krishna. So find out ways to serve Krishna. Why are you missing out that week from serving Krishna? So when he's telling me, I was thinking that's very scriptural, that's very nice, Siddhanta, that you must do seva to the Supreme Lord. But when you do it to others who are less than you, that is daya. That also must be there. ठीक है ना? Okay, so what other leg we have? We got the austerity. Cleanliness. So what do we understand by this suchi muchi? Cleanliness.
Body, mind and soul.
Body, mind and soul. Okay, these are nice cliches. I want details. So body-wise, what cleanliness we have? Bathe, yeah. Bathing, cleaning your hands, especially when you're cooking. And like the inspector who came to the kitchen, she said, you know, the rules and everything. I said, we're very high rules. I said, whoever comes in there to cook, they cannot do number one or whatever. They have to bath and everything. Oh, that's high standard, you know. We got 5-star straight away, yeah. Because they realize cleanliness is there. But she pointed at the switch though. So the switch is a little dirty. You need to. Otherwise, koi to galti nikalni hai na. So they did that. Cleanliness. So that's the body. And Prabhuji said, cleanliness of the mind. What comes to your mind? What does that mean? Huh? Cleanliness of the mind is what? Vaibhav vichar, you know, not thinking dirty thoughts and whatever like that. And Prabhupada mentioned here lust. So lust comes up. It's not thinking, I want to be lusty, I want to be lusty. You don't do that. Suddenly you're feeling lust towards someone and everything. You're thinking, how did that come about? I've experienced that. Suddenly I'm thinking of Krishna. Where is this attraction for the opposite sex come from? So Pundit Maharaj said very nicely, he goes, make sure you don't use this too often to look at the world. This starts your lust. When you look something, you start to desire it. And then others don't know it, what's going in your head, your desire. It's not just always male and female thing. Lust, you see a car, oh, I need the car, oh, that model, you know, I need that one. So something started in you like that. So the mind is the center of all the senses. So some people like touch, some like the smell of it, perfume. Earlier on I could smell somebody's perfume. So you can see these senses will create desire in your mind. So purity of the mind. So what should you do in the material world? Because we have to go to work, we go to town, we go everywhere. These things are around you. You know, we used to have a sign of 3 monkeys. Well, one like that, one like that, one like that. But there isn't one with all covered. Because you only got 2 hands. So we got to really, are we going to go around the world like that? The thing is, you see it, but you don't touch. You know. It says a Vaishnav, male Vaishnav, can look at somebody 3 times, but not 4th time. 4th time, give a thupper. Because then attachment comes. First time is instinctive. We are hardwired like that. If you like something, you think, oh, that's not, you know, like that. And then you think about it, I'm thinking, I'm not sure about the third one saying, no, that's not for me. Just walk away. It's good like that. So the mind is the one you have to control. Vacha vegam, manasa krodha vegam, jiva vegam, udrapasta vegam. This vegam, this pushing, which is there with everybody, vegam, is pushing, you got to control it. Like horses. When you ride a horse is used to running. But if it's a wild horse, they're going to injure you. You should learn how to control it. So please don't think if something stirs up in you, you start to think, oh, I'm a terrible person, I'm bad. No, control it. Murari Babu said that if you feel lusty, he's saying, okay, tomorrow we'll enjoy, okay? Rather now. If you're hungry, sort of saying, okay, I'll eat half, you know. Whatever he said, he just reduce it. So if you say no, you think about it more. Just, okay, we'll reduce it. Or we'll do it like that. So then it stops to bother you. Otherwise, you're chanting your rounds and your mind is elsewhere, you know, like that. So what other leg we have?
Mercy.
Hello, can you go to? Mercy. Okay, who's got a Mercedes Benz? Okay, mercy. I'm just joking there, mercy. Mercy is what? Daya, compassion. And so, who would you classify as merciless in the world? Don't be shy now.
Time.
Huh?
Donald Trump.
The what?
Donald Trump.
Oh, Donald Trump. Okay, that's a person, but I think an action which somebody does, you find that's merciless. Time. Oh, time, okay. But you're being philosophical. In real terms,
Enemy.
you know, somebody eating meat. They're merciless, isn't it? Slaughterhouses. Prabhupada used to talk against it. He goes, slaughterhouses, if you keep killing these animals, he said even Christians didn't have slaughterhouses before. It's a modern thing. It's a modern thing. They would raise some animals and whenever needed they would do it. So but now the slaughterhouses for making money. Why the ozone layer? It is said that a lot of beef is being, you know, reared and that is, you know, with the, what you call it, the whole thing, ozone layer kind of thing. It's because of this farming, too many animals. I read it, but you might think it's funny. the gas they release actually is it blocks the rays like that. So if you have loads of cattle, that blocks. I read that. I don't believe it. They're joking. No, they're raising a lot and then they need a lot of water to process the meat and everything like that. So you're using the resources of the nature just for cattle farming. And look at the fish. They kill so many whales. They're changing the species. Only this morning was on the news that they're finding in the sea there are some herbs or something which grow there, which are very important to medicine like that. And even India is invested in. Somebody's made a submarine type of thing. So we don't realize the richness of this planet Earth in the sea, in the soil and everything like that. So merciless, I would immediately think those who eat meat, they are really not thinking about it. They're cruel to someone. Children at school think that meat comes from Sainsbury's. They don't link it with the animals and fish like that. They say, go to the shop, that's where it comes from, so, why complain? So, mercy is there, and what was the last leg? Truthfulness. How much, with AI now, how much truthfulness is there? Preman even, when she watches, even religious things, now they manifest the AI videos, with Krishna there, Radharani. It looks very pretty, but after a while you start to think, well, I mean, it's easy, innit? Just keep watching these one and I'll become Krishna conscious. No, you wouldn't. It's somebody's imagination. The other day I saw little Krishna talking shiksha using English words. Truthful to rehna chahiye na aisa mein. ये अपने program में ऐसा नहीं थोड़ा होना चाहिए. Is Krishna going to use those terms? No, it's not. They take the authenticity away. So I was thinking, look, the children are going to grow up not knowing what is the truth. AI, people are losing their jobs because of that. ठीक है ना? So you can see now, with all that around us, instead the four legs of cleanliness, it's been broken by unclean habits. Mercy leg is broken by unmerciful, alcohol, drink, meat and everything like that. What's the other one? Truthfulness is been manipulated like anything. Like lawyers, we call them liars. Unless they lie, this one comedian, she's an Indian comedian in New York, she's become famous something. She said, I was actually a lawyer. And everybody, she's kind of plummish. He says, I went to the judge and he says, my client was there, and the judge goes, but you're supposed to defend him. He said, but he knows he's done it and I know he's done it, so how can I lie? He said, I was losing my cases like that. She said, he knows he's done it, I know he's done it, so you're supposed to defend someone who's done it wrong. They take the money from him and acquit them. So lawyers are liars, really. They have to deal with lies and everything like that. So, we've seen by telling lies as well, the truthful goes. Tell me, how can we be Krishna conscious with all this around us? It's difficult, isn't it?
Especially, how can lawyers be Krishna conscious?
Yeah, they represent law, and they're, so you can see the very thing we're supposed to protect you. There was a king, this is a story, and the astrologer looked at his hand, he goes, don't ever go to water. He said, your death will happen in water. And he goes, all right. So he never went to the river or a pond or anything, he would just keep away. So he had a prince born to him, and they celebrated it. He got attached to his son, and the son was only 8-9 years old. And then he goes, Daddy, we never go to water. There's a lovely river nearby, we must go there. And he goes, no, I don't want to go. He goes, come on, Dad, I love water. And he thought, well, if something can happen to me in the water, it can happen to my son as well. So I think I better go with him. So he gets all the soldiers to go on the north side of the river, so nothing comes through, and then the south as well, and all around. So everything is safe. They check the water. They go in there. Because this is a story of morality. They go in the water, and he realizes he's safe. And suddenly his son turns into crocodile and says to his dad, where are you going to go now? So his son eats him. But the point is, sometimes the son becomes the cause of your death. ठीक है ना? Aurangzeb, all these people, regularly they would assassinate their fathers and all that. Khans, Ugra Sen was jailed and everything like that. So we are surrounded by the four legs which is supposed to be of Dharma, they actually broken. And Parikshit Maharaj saw that, the bull being tortured, and the bull owned up that it's not anybody's fault. I can't put any finger on someone. This is my kismet, this is how I am. Can you see that these four legs are to be maintained by us? So if you want to become Vaishnava, you got to be clean, austere, merciful. And what was the other one? Truthful. You got to be. Where is the truth? Where are we going to find the truth? In the scriptures. And Guru. Guru Mukha Padma Vakya. Vakya. Guru should speak the truth about Krishna and Krishna, everything. So you can see it's actually, this is your safety. Listening to the truth from the scriptures and the spiritual master and other senior devotees, not just those two and ignore everybody else. It's not like that. See where the truth is. Yudhishthira was, and the Pandavas were told by Dronacharya on Friday, it's okay, you got a weekend off, on Monday when we come, learn this, we must speak the truth. So Monday came, they said, okay, what was the topic on Friday? What we should do? Everybody put their hand up. And there's Yudhishthira, the only one didn't have a hand up. And he goes, Yudhishthira, you haven't got your hand up. You've forgotten? He goes, no, I've been thinking about it all week. And they all laughed because you said, speak the truth. He said, I've been thinking, what is the truth? What is the truth? Okay, I'll tell you, thinking, what is that? What sort of question is that, truth? In the morning, the sun is slightly colder. In the afternoon, the sun gets hotter. In the evening gets cold again. Is that truth or not? Why? Get a mic there because my listening is going. Yeah.
Sun property is always hotter.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. It's just the location that it moves around the earth. So that's why we feel like...
That is tattva, that's the
Yeah.
truth. But you do feel in
Yeah,
the
feeling.
morning it's cold and then it gets hot and whatever. So you're not lying.
Hmm.
So that is also truth.
Yeah, that is also truth.
So then the problem is the reference you put down in context. In our context, that is truth. But actually the sun never gets cool, whatever, it's got that temperature, it stays like that. So Yudhishthira Maharaj is saying, what is the truth? How do I speak it? ठीक है ना? Like the sun goes from east to west. It's only because the earth is turning like in a particular way. But it's going the other way, So you can see that we are facing a sat. We don't know what truth is, but we believe in it. When a husband and wife argue, it's not that they like to argue. The wife sees it a particular way, the husband sees different. Two parties, that's where the conflict is. So then they bring the third person saying, please, can you be the mediator? And that's where the judge should be there, and that's where the lawyer should represent properly. Again, we are in Kali Yuga again. So now, when you become a devotee, you have to realize, where do I find the truth? From whom do I hear the truth? And how do I behave truthfully? Because you have habits. Each one has particular habit. Some people are quiet, some people are very extrovert. There's also some natures you have. How do I apply my nature to serve the Lord in the honest way? And should we be exemplary? Yeah? Or do we just say, do as I say, not as I do? Some people say, do as I say, not as I do. Should we be exemplary? We should be. Yad yat achati shreshtas tat tat vetro janaha. So, jaise leader karenge, dusre follow karenge na. So now Krishna is called Makhan Chor, phas gaya. So he's a butter thief, What sort of example he's setting? He's going out with married women. Immediately you got a problem, how do see, it's been like the sun that is cold in the morning after. It looks like he's going with married women, but he's not. And that's where you're thinking, now what is the truth? Because hum to chup kar jayenge, if Christians and Muslims find out Krishna has to date or go and see at night time married women, how do we justify that? Becomes a problem. Half of them themselves, because I remember somebody came from Detroit and they were like doctors and whatever. So I was in the car with someone, and they were there. And I was talking about Radha and Krishna's pastime like that. And she goes, stop talking about that. He goes, that's given our dharma bad name. Whew. Oh, I thought, oh my God. I goes, no, you know. She goes, no, Bollywood movies and everything, you know, Radha, Krishna, and this thing, no married, this thing. And I goes, no, but don't say that. That is the misunderstanding. There is Radha, there is Krishna, and there is this Parikya Bhav, Parikya Ras, and Swakya Ras. I says, I'm talking as a Vaishnava, I'm not talking as a layman. And so even that truth, you have to understand through the media of the spiritual master. You can read Bhagavatam. Prabhupada said straight away people go to 10th canto, start to read about Radha, Krishna, everything, and next thing they want to be in part of a Ras dance and have Garbo, even when the, Garbo season is even on, because they kelli majaivi, we enjoy doing Garba, so it could be, you know what I mean? They think it's religious. It isn't. It's your sense gratification. So the truth bit is very, very important, because that's why I introduced you saying, every day you should realize, am I living truthfully, or not? It's only you would know. And don't promise something you can't keep. I know devotees here, they'll say, Prabhuji, I can't do that, whatever. Some of them promise and immediately it's forgotten. They make excuses. Don't be like that. If you can't do it, I get asked by sadhus to turn up or come there. I'll say, Maharaj, I can't come. I'll own up why I can't come. I'll tell them that. Because I want to be there. But I have other duties as well. That is being truthful. So at night time I sleep well, rather than make excuses. Hanji, have a mic here.
I don't know, the psychologists say the introverts are less truthful because they want to hide, they don't speak out. Extroverts are very open, they speak a lot, and this is what psychologists generally, that's their conclusion basically.
Yeah, the extrovert people, they speak from their mind and hearts like that, but they make lots of mistakes because they end up defining something they haven't fully understood because they're very quick at, extrovert. Introvert people actually, you want to ask their opinion more because they are observing people all the time. Don't say anything. No, but when they do, I know one or two, I'll tell them, so what should I do? And they're junior to me, and they say, actually the situation like that, and I hadn't spotted that. Because when you are not absorbing the subject, you end up saying relative thing like the sun is cold in the morning after that kind of thing, because you think you got it. You're going through the experience, but the truth can be something opposite or different. So please, as devotees, you have to realize, I've got to learn to speak the truth. But our Krishna said, "Maine makhan khayo." I didn't eat that butter. And they said, well, you got it on here. They said, well, while I had my hand in the pot and a makhi came and I went to do that, so there's makhan when he's lying on top of that. And Mata is, Yashoda Mata thinking, look, he's small, but look at the excuses he's coming up with. But that's Leela. He's Leela Dhari. He's not giving an example there, because next he's lifting the Govardhan. Are you going to do that as well then? Well, you can't. So see all his action, then copy all his action. Don't just copy the one you can do like that. He's doing his Leela to give you your Atma joy. Rasa, like that. Okay, we did austerities, Akadashi and all these things. And then Satya is read the scriptures, listen to Guru and others. So the other one was mercy. So we are vegetarian. ठीक है ना? What about onion and garlic? I'll just like to tell you something. Although they're vegetables, in Manu Smriti says that even onion, garlic, if you eat it, might as well eat meat. Because it's in Tamogun. The classification is in Tamogun. I don't know the details, but it's there. But it's because when Rahu and Ketu were split up, the blood which fell there, actually they became onion and something like that. So it traditionally happened like that. What it does is, it's medicinal. Now, how many people have aspirin every day? Or whatever, medicine every day? Supplements you do, but if somebody's got blood pressure, then they have to. But otherwise, we have food every day, not medicine every day. Now and then when you have a headache, you have it. You don't have it all the time. So if garlic is medicinal, Prabhupada even told one, he had dysentery, this disciple is, okay, have garlic, he'll stop. And they say if you stand on garlic long enough, in half an hour, if you stand on it, a smell of garlic will start coming through your armpit and all that. It goes through the cells. And the Italian pilots are told not to have garlic because Italian likes garlic, meal at all, because the reflexes slow down. The pilots, it does. It's a fact. They feel sleepy like that. So,
Coffee.
Hanji?
Coffee.
Coffee and tea, that's why we don't have tea or coffee like that, you know. And some people then want decaf and all that. And then some have these sausages which are made of soya and everything. And it looks like sausage. And I've eaten sausage. I'll tell him, get off. I'm not having that. You know, and you try to... but anyway, people are not moving away from what they were doing. They think that was enjoyed. So let me try those ones, you know. It's food, yeah. After this 3-inch, it's gone in, you don't know what you've eaten. This does not know taste, only this thing. You know, they said this tongue never gets old because there's no bone in it and it stayed strong till the end. There's one old lady, she was dying, 99. And the son comes and says, Ma, कोई सेवा कर दूं? बोले बेटा नींबू का अचार ले, बहुत देर हो गई खाया नहीं है. And नींबू, she wanted to have नींबू because the tongue is still active. He was saying, मरने वाली अभी नींबू खाएगी. So this tongue is voracious, you know. Sharira vidya jal, jodindriya taye kal, jive phale vichya sagre. So this is the most voracious. Eat. Even Bhim said, I can't do without food. But he had a Vikrodha problem. So we must learn to control the eating as well. And sevan mukhe hi jeev adhao. Use your tongue both for chanting and for prasad. And cook for the Lordship like that. I'm giving you these 4 legs of dharma. Because if you don't do that, you're doing adharma. And there'll be a reaction for that. Now, you got those 4 legs, but there's one little catch here. If you're not doing bhakti, this is sukriti. This is like punya. So next time you'll be born maybe in a heavenly condition and whatever like that. Still sukriti. It's not bhakti. But you must do it because otherwise that's civilization. But bhakti, so there's a verse there, Pancham Purushat Premanand Amrit Sindhu Moksh Adi Anand Nahi Ik Bindu. He says this Pancham Purushat is Sindhu, is ocean. So this bhakti is like an ocean. This moksha and everything is not even bindu, not even a drop. And most of the Hindu people, they're very fond of saying, हाँ मोक्षा हो गया उसको, मोक्षा हो गया, you know. हम बात ही नहीं करते मोक्षा की. We don't talk about moksha. Prabhupada said, the moksha actually means being frozen or stuck in with unmanifested Brahman for a long time and then you fall down again. Prabhupada said that you fall down again. But moksha means nirgun. Abhi koi bhi gun nahi rahe. Well, nirgun means these guns of material thing, not the other sahgun, which is spiritual qualities. You know, you haven't tasted bhakti yet. Meera ke Prabhu Giridhar Nagar. Ask those Meera, Jiva Goswami, Rupa Goswami. They were in nasha all the time, tears in their eyes. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu crying like anything. So please don't think the highest thing in Sanatana Dharma is moksha. No, it's bhakti. Bhakti amam abhijanati. Krishna says, please know bhakti. And what is bhakti? Bhakti, Bhagavan, Bhagavan Bhakti. So you have to be devoted to the Supreme Lord. But what if you worship Devi Devta? Isn't that bhakti? No, that's Shivites, then Shakta. Bhakta is Bhagavan's. There is difference. Even demigod says so. That's why I must read the Gita to get direction like that. Now, we are talking about 4 legs of Dharma. Prabhupada said, like a stool has 4 legs, table has 4 legs, Dharma also has 4 legs. Which are those 4 legs? Anybody? First one is Dharma. Other one? Artha, Kama, Moksha. Say Prabhupada gave another because you have many furniture in the room as well. So there's this furniture, Where that dharma means dharma, artha, kama, moksha. I just heard it the other day. I thought that's interesting. And that's why I thought about this, because our Guru Maharaj taught us these 4 legs. So dharma. And what is dharma? Duties, prescribed duties, hamara dharma. And what is that? Varna ashram system. Varna ashram. Varna means Brahman, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra, and then there's Chandal and all that kind of thing according to their Varna occupation. Society is made of occupation. Do you know, like we say Chandal in Bharat, those who deal with toilets and everything like that, they had a different community. Even now they do. Because they could tolerate the disease, but the other higher class, they couldn't. If they go past them, they'll give them the disease and they would die. And that's why there was truth. It wasn't truth because he is Chandal. He is okay, immune. But like the Spaniards went to South America, all the Incas, they died because they carried the disease from the West. They didn't have any opposition to it, immunity to it. It's all technical. And we tend to think, oh, choo-choo, aisa karke, kyun karte, sabhi same. No, it is true. I remember I went there and somebody had put heaps of rubbish outside. This is in Navashehar. And because in Bharat it's classic, you just leave a paper there, something, everybody goes and throws the paper there. They realize that's the bin. In the railway station, it'll say, use me, a bin, but they'll put aloo bhatura and they put the plate near it, not inside it. I was thinking, it says use me, not abuse me. So I went there, it was hot weather. So the people who came to clear it, we are from the West, right? So I told them, do you want to drink water or something like that? And they goes, yes, I would like it, So nearby, and her sister says, don't go too close and don't give the glass and all that from there. I just gave them the bottle like that. And my father had also reacted that way when he went from Kenya to India. Somebody said, don't, so because he cleaned the gutter was clogged up. And I thought about it. I gave them the bottle and they were very happy. I realized when we had corona, touching anything became, you pass on the disease. I realized actually the Bharatiya culture is so scientific. They know it. Whatever you deal with, you're immune, but you're carrier. You become a carrier and others are not safe, they'll get it. That's the truth. So I understood. I said, okay, the glass would carry it. I'll take it into the house and they are dealing with rubbish. So they have to deal with that. So I read it. In England, before these toilets were made, Sachinanda Nitai Chand Ki Jai. Before the toilets were made, they used to have a group of men would come at night time with the barrels and all that. They would scoop the toilet and everything, put in the barrels and take them at night time when everybody's sleeping. They never used to communicate with that community. I was thinking, okay, here we go, Chandal thing proved right. Because they realized they have to deal with muck, things like that. So it's a social thing which sort of comes up. So Varnashram system, very, very important. Brahman, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra, according to Satogun, Tamogun, Rajogun, and the combination, permutation with it. Because that is the consciousness you have. Prabhupada, we've been listening to the lecture, he said, animals have different consciousness. You can talk to animal about Krishna consciousness, he's not going to pick it up. He hasn't got the ability. So please realize this is scientific. So Prabhupada, wherever he went, because where there's no Varnashram system, that's no civilization. And whereas the British were saying, oh, there's a prejudice system, caste system, the Shudras are being, like this. I won't go into the detail a lot, but Shudras are humble people. They have the humility to serve all other ashrams. But now we are arrogant. We don't want to serve anybody. So the Shudra of the past life was actually very humble. He's ready to serve all of them. And the Brahman wouldn't do Shudra's work. He'll do maybe Kshatriyas or Vaishya, but not below that. He realized, I've got to be Brahmajanati iti Brahmana. He just wants to focus on that. Like my head, I don't use it for walking. I just use it for hearing, listening, smelling and all that kind of thing. Just so they are the head. And the Brahmins made sure the society runs properly. And the Kshatriya king would make sure the Brahman does his job properly as well. And the Vaishya, the business community. The business community can lie. Do you know that? He can say, it cost me that much, I can't give it to you. It's a lie, he's allowed. So he's lying. One of the legs is, he can do that. There's 7 types of times you can lie. The situation like you want to save somebody's life, you can lie. He said, no. One person was running, there was duck who's after him. And he told the sadhu, you're meditating. He goes, what do I do? This duck who's behind me. He goes, hide in my hut. So he hid there. And the duckwers came and said, have you seen this person running? Yeah, he went over there. And they thought, he's a sadhu. They believed him, went. So he came out crying, saying, you lied for me. He said, no, I'll get punished for that, but I'll also get married for saving a life. He did a quick calculation. Let me save a life. Okay, so that's good. So now, those 4 legs, if you do the opposite, you're going to break those legs. What are the other 4 legs? Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha. So there is that as well. So you can see, there's different furniture in the house, right? So we got to do that as well. But Dharma, if you just do, like Varnashram system Dharma only, there's no bhakti in there. A Brahman is not bhakta straight away. Really. Brahm janati ti Brahmana. It doesn't mean he's devoted to the Lord. Dvijabandhu. So the thing is, we automatically think Brahmins are all bhaktas. But I've realized later on, it's not true. They know about Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita and all that, but their conclusion isn't. Actually, most of the Brahmins, they like Lord Shivji. Shiv Bhaktas. Which is not wrong, but I'm saying for social order, they're okay. Bhakti is another category. A Vaishnav is actually higher than the Brahman as well. That's Prabhupada's statement. I'm not saying it. How? Because he surrendered to the Lord Krishna, Lord Ram. He surrendered to him. And he can do any varna. He doesn't mind. I used to clean the toilets. Now he's taken over, so he does most of it there. And go in the kitchen, wash dishes, do the puja here, everything. Don't even think about it. Because I'm thinking, I love Krishna, what's that got to do with doing the work here? Whereas in the Varnashram community, these 4, they would say, these are the categories. And Bharat GDP was doing great. Sone ki chidiya thi. And now, if you notice, Modi has brought that back. We got Hindutva. Talk about, I don't know what that means though. But more and more Dharma is being talked about. And what's the next one? Kshatriyas. Good army. What about business community? Really good. IT engineers everywhere in the world. And labor class, carers, everything coming from Bharat. So you got one ashram system. No wonder Bharat's GDP is doing good. And people are wondering, it's Modi. No, he's brought back the system. So Prabhupada wanted that system. But savai pumsang paro dharmo. This is the word paro dharmo. Bolo? Paro dharmo. Please realize, not just dharma, paro dharma. This dharma is social order. Paro above that. Aha. That's where it gets interesting. The gopis were doing dharma. They were married. Who did they love? Krishna. Paro dharma. Even though they did their duties, but they were thinking of Krishna all the time. So you keep doing your duties, but keep thinking of Krishna all the time. So aren't you gopis? You are like gopis. You're behaving like a gopi. And we would want you to think like that, not like gopis start to wear saris and all that. Haribol, Jai, welcome. It's not physical thing. Mentally, just realize, I am married to my duties. I'm a husband, I'm a wife, I'm a child, I'm a student or whatever. Whilst I'm all that, but I should be thinking of Krishna and serving him. Hanji, use the mic, yeah.
No, we're not. It's not told about gopas, right? They also think of Krishna all the time, right?
I'll tell you the difference. So the thing is, whoever served Krishna, as a servant or Shantaras, the thing is God, Krishna is happy with that. So they have a relationship and they have the sweetness, I'm worshipping Krishna. He's God. I'm like the 4 Kumaras. They don't serve Krishna, they accept Krishna. Difference, no rasa. Dasya, Hanuman, becomes Hanumanji. His rasa, Haribol. Are you going to stay for Aarti? Yeah? I want you to play. And yeah, I've got to think of myself. And so, as a Dasya, he accepts Krishna as the Supreme Lord, Lord Ram, and then he's serving him. Right? Sakya, Arjun, he knows him, Paro Dharmo. He told him, you are the Supreme Lord. But he's enjoying the friendship with him. Vatsalya, Yashodama, you think she's not enjoying Krishna's love? Like anything like that. Then you have, Dwarka's queens, Swakhya Bhav. They see him as the husband and they enjoy it. They all enjoy the relationship with Krishna, but it's a different type of rasa. Then Paro Dharmo, the gopis who were thinking of him as lover. That's why Radhanath, Gopinath, all this thing. They see him as a lover. When you see somebody as lover, it occupies your mind more than my husband, my wife. Because that is regular relationship. There's no challenge at all. It can be challenging these days, but there is regular. But when you're lover, you know it's wrong to be together. So when they meet, the intensity of that rasa is amazing. That's why Krishna will play the flute and the gopis is left to be there. But they are Rishi Munis who thought of Krishna day and night. They wanted to relate to him in that way, like a male and female does, the union of that. So you can see the Lord, unko nibhana aata hai. He knows how to reciprocate. That's why gopis, even everybody concludes that gopis, even Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the highest rasa. Sakhas also have it. You think when you connect, okay, so when you connect, if there's a live wire, electricity wire, whoever touches it, or fire, whoever touches it will be burned, right? But somebody with the gloves on, which protect, he can put his hand in there, deal with it, Blacksmith deals with it, but others would do like that. It's dealing with Krishna and serving him in that rasa. Can you give that? The gopis could give it. That is the understanding. Otherwise, like my son, Guru Sevak, he has Sakhya Ras. I have Madhurya, And so whenever we talk, he'll talk about in the same way, oh, I saw Krishna, I was playing with him, and I was in the dream or whatever. And I can relate to it, that he's really loving Krishna in that Sakhya mood. With me, it's not about being a gopi and Krishna enjoying me or anything. I want to serve Radha Krishna. That's Manjari Bhav. Meaning when Radha Krishna together, whatever service they need, I'll serve. That will be my joy. Thinking, I don't want to personally be with, Krishna or the gopis, anything. I want to serve them as a young girl. She doesn't know about love and all that. She says, oh, I'll serve Radharani and Krishna. And I get a lot of joy in their singing. I want them to meet, and because Jatila goes, Radhe, where are you? And Krishna goes, she's coming. And he was in one temple, Krishna turned into Durga Mata. And Jatila came, oh, so you are in the here to Radharani. Don't worry, continue. She went out, and Krishna became Krishna again. He's scared of Jatila. But there's nothing to be scared of. In that Leela, he does that. And Radharani sort of thinks, look, he's doing all this for me. And Krishna enjoys, look, she's married to Abhimanyu, but Abhimanyu never touches her. In Golok, she pretends she's married. She's not married. That pretense becomes Abhimanyu in this world. And he never touches. He's interested in having cows and things like that. It's really quite complicated. So anyway even if you hate Krishna, there's a rasa there. Ask Kans. His destiny was, then he was delivered straightway like that. Putana became a mother. Krishna is like the sun, he never sees darkness.
Shishupala.
No, it's fantastic.
Shishupala.
So Shishupal, same thing happened, Ravan and all of them. At the end, they were overwhelmed by the Lord, killing them. So at least you killed me. What quality of enemy of the Lord is the Lord had to come and kill him. Other places, you just take a gun and shoot them, But Krishna comes and I have to better kill him. So are you getting what Krishna consciousness is? It isn't about Sach Bolo, Yenakuro. These are being nice. Paro Dharma. And there is Adharma. And there is Ketava Dharma. Cheating Dharma. And Ketava Dharma is this Varnashram system kind of thing. Thinking that is Dharma all in all. That's cheating. Because that is to do with society, socially. It's very, very revealing what Prabhupada has given us Otherwise, it was like, प्रभु जी मंदिर जाते हैं सुबह शाम को आरती लगा देते हैं, ओम जय जगदीश, कबर्ड खोली बंद कर दिया, फिर बस सुबह कर लिया, शाम को फिर हाँ शाम को थोड़ा ड्रिंक कर लेते हैं, हाँ मुरली भी बजा लेते हैं, हाँ सारा कुछ करके भक्त है, हाँ सच बोलता है, टाइम से रहता है, सब हम सब सुन लेते हैं, हम हंस पड़ते हैं, मीट भी खाता है, शराब भी पीता, सब भक्त है. ऐसे भक्त को क्या करना? They're on the path, but then they think they're on the path, they're thinking of the path, but they're not on the path. So anyway, I'm going to end now. You must be thinking, when is Haridas going to end? Question in the hand. There are other 4 legs. I want people to think now. Krishna, in the 18th chapter, has given 4 other legs, and that's a very famous verse. So I would like you to tell me what that verse is. You can have a look, if you got phones. 18th chapter, latter half of the, you'll get it in a minute, latter half of the Bhagavad Gita, 4 legs. Krishna said, Airball. Come on, you clever people. Have a look. 18th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, towards the end. Can't be more. If anybody's got it, put your hand up. Okay, you got it? Anybody got it? 4 legs? Okay, Alok, can you put 1865? Okay, here we go. Right, so what is Krishna? Everybody repeat the Sanskrit. Can you bring the Sanskrit? Okay, 2, 3, 4. Manmana bhava madabhakto madhyaji mam namaskaru mam aveshasi satyam te pratijane priyosi me. You got that? So one leg is, can you go into, which is the first one? Translation, down a bit, word per word. Okay. So, mat manah means think of me always. So that's one leg. The other one is, just become my devotee. Okay, that's second leg. Third one, madhyaji, worship me. Fourth leg, namaskaru. Okay, that's 4 legs. I only thought of it before coming. I was thinking there are 4 legs, which Krishna said, we know this verse like anything. Think of me always. How many people think of Krishna always? Mrs. Roy does. Anybody else? Okay, anybody not thinking of Krishna always? Well, you won't be here then. But you do think of him sometime or whatever. If you make prasad at home, bhoga every time, right? Every day, I get asked by Premaji, Aaj ki khana, what are we eating today? I don't know how that's a husband's job. She's the cook, and I have to say that because they cook for the Lordship and us. So eating, if you're just cooking for Krishna every day, I'm telling you, whatever shopping you do, whatever, you'll be thinking of Krishna. ठीक है ना? And so that is thinking of Krishna. Then you bathe him, if you have a little deity, you choose dresses when you go to Vrindavan, all the places. You'll see more and more you're thinking of Krishna all the time. Like, what am I going to do for Krishna? Different stages. ठीक है ना? And even when you do Gayatri, when you become Brahman, so 3 times you do that, you think of your Guru Maharaj and everything. You'll see this process will make you Kirtanya Sadahari. So come to the temple regularly and associate with devotees. It makes you think of Krishna all the time. Doing Mala, get your numbers a lot. My godbrother does 64 rounds. I told him once, why don't you do 64 rounds? So he did. And now he loves it. He does loads of rounds and everything. See, children meet children. No, not meeting children, going somewhere else. So, okay, no problem. If he wants to give Gita class, he can. And so, Manmana Bhava Mad Bhakto, become my devotee. To become his devotee, you needed initiation. I'll just say, I'm not going to mince words. You need to have a diksha. Because Brahmante Brahmite Kaun Bhagyavan Jiva Guru Krishna Kripa Pai Bhakti Lata Bija. So the beach comes from the Guru like that. So become his devotee, right? It's no option. The other one is worship me. right? So here's a worship. If you have deities at home, that's worshipping him. And then namaskaru, do pranams to the Supreme Lord and the Vaishnava. Just 4 items. How much does that cost? Thinking of Krishna, how much does that cost?
Nothing.
Nothing. Becoming his devotee, not really. You know, malas are cheap, Loi Bazaar, you can get loads of them. And our shop. Please, I'm announcing the Raksha Bandhan is going to happen in August. The shop is selling Rakhi, please. So she told me to make announcement. So please tell her I did make announcement, yeah. Ah, Haribol, yeah. Well done. We've got 2 Mardanga players now. So now, how much does it cost to worship Krishna? Just agarbatti, diya and all that kind of thing. And to pay obeisances, how much does it cost? Nothing. So those 4 legs are transcendental. He'll give you Krishna. Because at the end he goes, they're very dear to me. Just doing these 4 items, you become very dear. So amazing, those 4 legs are. And when I heard Prabhupada by the 4 legs, Dharma, Artha, then I realized the cleanliness and all that. And this one, yeah, please. The males sit on this side, yes. And are you all happy with the 4 legs mentioned at the end? Because as devotees, please realize that is the formula, because after this Krishna goes, Sarva Dharman Paritejya Mamikam Sharanam Braj. He's told you how to come to his Sharana by doing this kind of thing. So this is towards the end of the Bhagavad Gita. And he goes, these 2 verses, the verse before that, Guhyam, this is confidential. So don't tell this to everybody. So you might think, if you tell XYZ guy, think of me, become my devotee and all that, don't waste. Do you go out into town and just throw your money away? No, you don't. I know, Pujari Dev doesn't. He goes to Primark 4 times if you want to buy something he needs. Something he needs, he goes 4 times. He said, I'll bring it and I'll take it back. No, not like that. So you don't throw your money. Same with preaching as well. Don't give the biggest. They won't recognize what you're just saying. Give them gulab jamun. Tell them have a samosa, have ice cream, have prasad and all that. Start like that. Sevan mukhehi jeev adao. Do it systematically. Otherwise, higher truth, if you tell someone unqualified, you lose out. Because you just given Gyan Devi to someone who shouldn't be handling it. And she's going to make you not enjoy her bhakti anymore. This is what some of the sadhus have said. When you're giving your personal realizations to unqualified person, you lose that taste. Rasa, because just giving it. Just give it to someone like that. So please realize it's for you. That's why it's guhyam. It's confidential. But to devotees, you can discuss it. With devotees, you can share it. But outside, you don't do that. Okay, I'm going to invite a couple of comments and questions. If you have, if everything is clear, yes. Oh, Mike, then
Sir, Hare Krishna. Sorry, bro, I missed the class because of my seva anyway. I was listening Srila Prabhupada, also this is related to Srila Prabhupada says, don't preach the unqualified people, especially atheist. Srila Prabhupada, atheist, yeah. He says, Prabhupada was saying, don't waste your time. He is so strict saying. Obviously, Prabhupada was saying the right. But then I thought about the Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, I just couldn't relate. I don't know why. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, Jare dekho tare kaho Krishna upadesh, amara gai guru hoya taro desh. Little bit opposite, other way around. I just can't relate. If you explain, please.
No, it's a good question. The question is that Prabhupada was saying that if somebody is not qualified, you don't, share the confidential pastimes in it. It's like you don't send your child to university straight away. The child ain't going to get it. 2 + 2 is 4 is okay, but fractions and all that, he won't understand it. So you're wasting your time. I can talk to my dog about Krishna consciousness and I say, how do you feel? He goes, rough. Rough. Yeah, that's all he'll say. He ain't going to get anything of it. Similarly, don't think he's a human being, he'll understand what you said. Sometimes we use that confidential knowledge to impress the person that I know so much. That's what you're doing, you're attracting them. It's trying to impress them. And that's what Pratishta and Yash, that's what you want. That's why you talk confidential, Ross dance and everything. You're not interested in them. You turn to tell them, look, I know all the details like that. I've been through that, so I know it. I know it. I've shared it with people, and later on, they don't value it. And I'm thinking, my God, I shared all this thing with me. Then I realized maybe it was an ego thing with me that I know so much. And now I don't have to share with them. I just, Prem Manji will say, are you chanting? Do you have mala? That's her preaching. And the person leaves with the mala and chanting. I impress them with all the high-falutin philosophy. They go away and they never come back. But at least the person who's taken mala, they come after a year saying, I've been doing mala and improved like that. So at their level, so Yare dekha tare kaha Krishna upadesh. Amar agya guru hon tar eidesh. Guru hon means you should be able to analyze who the speaker is, how much to give him. Like a doctor says, okay, take in the morning so much, so much. A child will be less. How much dose to give? That skill you need as a guru, like that. If you don't, you'll be just impressing everybody and, by the mantra, you'll become God. Prabhupada said, what rascals? How can you become God with selling a mantra or buying a mantra like that? But good point though, we must be compassionate. We must daya. We go out and tell them about Krishna, When I meet somebody for the first time from other religion as well, I'll tell them this is what I do. I said, what is your name? And they'll say, Muhammad. I say, okay, Muhammad, that's your name? Yes. Where are you from? Okay, I'm from Pakistan. Say, right. Muhammad, when you're sleeping at night time, do you remember your name? He goes, no. Do you remember where you're from? He goes, no. So, but you said you're Muhammad. If you were Muhammad and you know your religion, while you're sleeping, you should also be aware of that. But 8 hours, you don't know what your name is. Everybody's applies to everyone. But when we wake up thinking, I'm Hindu, I'm Christian, but when you're sleeping, you're snoring. That's your religion. And the wife sort of elbows him, can you so na ja sakta? It happens to me, so I can't help. I said, I don't snore because, look, if I'm snoring, it's very close my ear, but I don't hear it. I said, you're far away, so how come you know? So our dharma at night time is snoring and all that. We don't even know where our body is and we are snoring. Are kitne proud hum apne dekha. Go to gym and show us, feel, like that. Night time, So I tell them that and immediately say, wow, this is amazing. I said, this is not amazing. Do you dream? He goes, yeah, I dream. I said, who dreams? He said, the mind dreams. He says, so just like watching television, you're not in the television, you're watching the television. So at night time, you don't know where you're Muhammad, you don't know where your body is, you're watching dream, but the mind is dreaming, so the person who's watching the dream is real you. Have you ever seen that? And they go, no. I said, so you don't even know who you are. You just send me your name of your body. You don't know who you are. And this goes for everyone. Yare dekha tare kaha Krishna upadesh. The first button of my kurta is self-realization. I tell him, what is your self-realization? Then, many people say, why so many religions? I say, why so many suns? They say, no, there's only one sun. He said, well, in winter, it's cold here and hot in Sahara Desert. Same sun, how can it be cold here and hot there? Must be different sun. He said, no. I said, but then how can be many God? Must be one God. It's your realization is that, my realization is that. But only one God. And your realization don't change God. God stays God. It's your realization of it. I rang, Purnima Mataji rang, I goes, is it hot over there? She know we got sweaters on and we were doing katha outdoor, we got heaters on there. It's 32 degrees there. Just Sweden is only 1 hour away, I think, or whatever. But it's colder there and it's hot. You can see one sun, different realization. So that, Yare dekha tare kaha, I talk to them in their language. You see? Otherwise, if you tell them Krishna, they don't know who Krishna is. They don't consider you as anything, never mind Krishna. So that's very, very important. That you have to wake the person up saying, you are an illusion to think I'm male, female, Hindu, this, American, whatever. Prabhupada, that's what he said. So none of that. And everyone has the right to relate to the Supreme Lord. Even dogs and cats and whatever. Even in our dharma, they leave some food out for others, other creatures like birds and whatever. It's part of dharma, maintaining life like that. So I think anybody else got a question or a comment?
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Yeah.
The last verse which you explained, 4 pillars.
Yeah.
So two of them are my devotee and my worshipper. So what's the difference actually?
My devotee
And my
bhakta,
worshipper.
Worship is upasana. You actually, in the morning, like you're doing puja, like devotee is, I love Krishna. That's devotee. You're devoted to Krishna. Okay?
Okay.
So you cook for them as well, whatever. Puja is a particular act. Upasana means part of the worship. Actually, have you ever seen Yashoda Mata worshipping baby Krishna?
No.
But she's the biggest devotee. So she didn't do any worship because she's a Mai Dikro. She's worried about him all the time. Give him food. Are you not worried about him? So much chinta. That's becoming devotee. Then there's the worship. Ravan used to do worship. He's the greatest upasik. But he touched Sita Mata. So he's not a devotee of all around. You see, so there's a difference. Yeah, it's a good question you're asking. Most people think if you do puja part and all that, you're a devotee like that. You're doing the practice, but you haven't given your heart to the Lord yet. When you give your heart to the Lordship, that's why when I went to Bharat, somebody said, hey, Bhakta hai. So I was saying, everybody's a Bhakta. They go to temples and everything. But then I realized what it means. A committed person saying, my hero, my Krishna is my supreme Lord. That's declaring that's Bhakta. Then you do worship. There'll be two people, when we have a Kartik Mass, everybody does candles, right? And I see them, some people very nicely looking and doing it, some burning others' hair or whatever, not even realizing what dropping, carpet gets burned and everything. So they're not all with the same mentality. The action is the same. But inside what they're thinking is different. So Mad Bhakta, when somebody becomes Bhakta, in Bharatina, Sadhu will look at you. My Guru Maharaj's Guru, when we went to see him, only met him once, Guru Sevak and I went. And when I saw him in Kapurthala, and he goes, Bethiye, sit on the top. I said, no, Maharaj. I sat on the floor and said, would you like to drink something, milk or something? I said, no, Maharaj just sent something for you. So I gave him something. And before I left, he looked at me and goes, Aap Bhakt hai. And I was so shook up, thinking, oh my God, he just said it's Aap Bhakt hai. And when we went to Delhi, just 3 days later, I met someone, they said, he's passed away. And I went, what? Even Guru Sevak said, he looked healthy. He said, yeah, he left. Then Maharaj came and told me that they were saying he was waiting for someone. After meeting them, he left his body. He said, the only persons who came. Sorry. So he said, the only person who came is Haridas, And obviously I'm foolish. So Guru Sevak said, well, it can't be us, must be someone else. But that really gets you when somebody says you're a Bhakta. I don't know what he saw in me, like that. But I'm not surprised. That's called Guru Kripa or, Sadhu Kripa like that. He actually, I wasn't a devotee. He made me. As he was leaving, he must have blessed me or something like that. And he was so powerful, the others say, before he was doing a yajna, and he told everybody, you want to see Vaikunt? They said, yeah. He went to the wall, and he did his finger like that. He said, we could see this loka, which is absolutely transcendental, all that, just momentarily. And then he did this, he went quiet. And he gave me vibhuti of that yajna for my Guru Maharaj. I said, give this to your Guru Maharaj. They were powerful personalities. And I still go there, and his son is there. He saw me last time, and he hugged me. He goes, Haridas, aap aate hain, khush ho jate hain. And I don't value myself, but when somebody say that, you start to feel that whatever Guru Maharaj Shirvat is being given, please value that. Don't brag, don't tell people you're devotee or something, but when others see that in you, and I've had a controversial kind of life, spiritually even, challenges and things, and you start to feel, am I doing something wrong? But continue believing in Guru, Gauranga and Govinda like that. I'm sharing this, sorry, I just, get emotional a little bit because this is a real relationship. Guru Kripa is very, very important, So all you are lovely people, you do seva here. Please don't stay at the level you are. Try to improve. And these Manmana Bhavan Bhakto, you'll achieve it. You'll start to think of him. And Namaskaru, like Vancha Kalpa, Tarubhyascha, we say to each other, it's very important. Raghunath Das Bhatt used to do 1500 salutation to Govardhan and, and we don't seem to be doing so much like that. Okay, I'm going to close it. So we're all ready. So we'll do Aarti and somebody sing the Aarti. You got it slotted? Yeah. So if you're going to sing the first one, just go to Aarti. One line rather than double, otherwise extend. And then who's going to follow? You want to do the next one? Because you've sponsored. By the way, today's Prashadam has been sponsored by Akash and Arpanab ji. Give him a big round of applause. And you know, if I'm not wrong, I think all this is there. You got samosas as well. I'm really excited about that. And there's cake as well. And a chole bhature and was there ice cream or something as well? There's ice cream. There's ice cream as well. Give him a big round of applause. This, you know, in a hot weather like that, we're getting all this treated like that. And so do enjoy it. And can you give the cooks a big round of applause? There were few people today, but they did. And the pujaris for dressing up so nicely. Thank you very much. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Okay, let's clear.
Standing in. जय प्रभुपदा जय प्रभुपदा जय प्रभुपदा जय प्रभुपदा जय भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी प्रभुपदा जगद्गुरु श्रील प्रभुपदा जय पतित पावन श्रील प्रभुपदा गुरुदेवा श्रील प्रभुपदा जय जय प्रभुपाद 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 प्रभुपाद
जय जय प्रभुपाद 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 जय जय प्रभुपाद
श्रीला प्रभुपाद की बजयो जय गौरा चांदेर आरती कशोभा
की बजायो जयो गौरा चांदे आरती को शोभा
जाहनवितटवने जगमनलोभा
जानवितटवाने जगमन लोभा
बदखे नैनिताय चान भामे गदधरा
शिव दखिन निताय चान बामे गदधारा
निकटे अद्वैत श्रीनि वासछत्रधरा
निकटे अद्वैता श्रीनि वसा छत्रधारा
बबोशे आचे गौराचान रत्ना सिंहासने
बाबाशी आचे गौराचान रत्ना सिंहासने
आरती करे नाथमा आदिदेव गणे
आरती करे ना ब्रह्मा आदिदेव गाणे
बनारा हरि आदि करे चामर ढुलाया
नारा हरि आदि कोरे चमारा दुलाया
संजया मुकुंद बसो घोषादि गाय
संजया मुकुंद बासु गाशादि गाया
इब शंख बाजे घंटा बाजे बाजे करताल
शिवा शंखा बाजे घंटा बाजे बाजे करताला
इब शंख बाजे घंटा बाजे बाजे करताल
शिवा शंखा बाजे घंटा बाजे बाजे करताला
माधुर मृदंगा बाजे परम रसाल
पूरा मृदंगा बाजे परामरसाला
शंख बाजे घंटा बाजे मधुर माधुर माधुर बाजे
शंखा बाजे घंटा बाजे माधुर 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 बाजे
शंख बाजे घंटा बाजे मधुर माधुर मधुर बाजे
शंखा बाजे घंटा बाजे माधुर माधुर माधुर
बाजे मधुर 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 बाजे
माधुर 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 बाजे
मधुर 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 बाजे
माधुर 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 बाजे
नित्य गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल
नित्य गौर।
हरि बोल हरि बोल
निताय गौरा हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल निताय गौरा हरि बोल
कि बबहो कोटि चंद्र जिने मदल उज्ज्वला
शिव बहु कोटि चंद्रजीनी वदन उज्ज्वला
गल देशे बनमाला कोरे झालमाला
लाला देसे बनमाला करे जलमाला
शिवा शुक नारदा प्रेमे गदगदा
शिवा सुखा नारदा प्रेमे गदगा
शिव शिवा शुक नारदा प्रेमे गदगदा
शिवा शिवा दुःख नारादा प्रेमे गदगादा
भक्ति विनोदा देखे गौरार संपदा
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 गौरा हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल
नित्य गौरा हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल नित्य गौरा हरि बोल
नमः ॐ विष्णुपदाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिति नामिने
नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमती भक्ति वेदान्ता स्वामीति नामिने
नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे
प्रभुपाद
निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य दिशतारिणे
नमस्ते सरस्वती देवी गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पश्यता देशतारिणे
जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंदा
नित्यानंद
श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा
जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंदा श्रीमती गदाधर शिवसदि गौरा भक्तवृंदा
जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंदा श्री अद्वैत गदाधरा श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंदा श्री अद्वैत गदाधरा श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा
श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंदा श्री अद्वैत गदाधरा श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंदा
हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे
हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे
Krishna Hare Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
वही अर्पणा हैं? नहीं राम की नहीं महामंत्र करके भी जगन्नाथ स्वामी और सब कुछ आता है
जगन्नाथ स्वामी नयन पथगामी भाव तुम्हें
जगन्नाथ स्वामी नयन पथगामी बाबा तुम्हें
जगन्नाथ स्वामी नयन पथगामी भाव तुम्हें
जगन्नाथ स्वामी नयन पथगामी बाबा तुम्हें
नीलाचल चंद्र स्वामी जगन्नाथ नीलाचल माधव प्यारे जगन्नाथ
नीलाचल चंद्र स्वामी जगन्नाथ नीलाचल माधव प्यारे जगन्नाथ
जय बलदेवा जय सुभद्रा जय बलदेवा जय सुभद्रा
जय बलदेवा जय सुभद्रा जय बलदेवा जय सुभद्रा
जय राधा माधव जय राधा माधव जय राधा माधव जय राधा
जय राधा माधव जय राधा माधव जय राधा माधव जय राधा माधव
जय सचिनंदन गौर हरि जय सचिनंदन गौर हरि
जय सच्चिनंदन गौर हरि विष्णु प्रिया प्राणदान नदिया बिहारी
जगन्नाथ जयो नित चांद जयो नित चांद एक चक्रधाम
जयो
नित चांद
जयो नित चांद
जयो नित चांद एक चक्रधाम
जय राधा राधा माधव राधे
जय
राधा माधव राधा माधव राधे
जय राधा रामण राधा रामण राधे
राधा रमण राधा रमण राधे गिरि गोवर्धन जयो गिरि गोवर्धन जयो गिरि गोवर्धन जयो गिरि गोवर्धन
जयो मधुसूदन जयो मधुसूदन जयो मधुसूदन जयो मधुसूदन
जयो मधुसूदन जयो मधुसूदन जयो मधुसूदन जयो मधुसूदन
जयो मानी मां मानी मां मानी मां जयो मानी मां
जयो मानी मा जयो मानी मा जयो मानी मा जयो मानी मा
रघुनंदन राघव राम हरे सिया राम हरे सिया राम हरे
रघुनंदन राघव राम हरे सिया राम हरे सिया राम हरे
सिया राम हरे सिया राम हरे सिया राम हरे सिया राम हरे
सिया राम हरे सिया राम हरे सिया राम हरे सीता राम हरे
जय राम श्री राम जय जय राम जय राम श्री राम जय जय राम
हे जय राम जय राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम
श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम
हे श्री राम जय राम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम
श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम
श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम
श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम
श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम
श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम
श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम
श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम
हे श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम
श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम
हे श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम
श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम
श्री राम जय राम
जय जय राम
बोलो राम लक्ष्मण जान की
जय बोलो हनुमान की
राम लक्ष्मण जान की
जय बोलो हनुमान की
जय बोलो हनुमान की
हे राम लक्ष्मण जान की
जय बोलो हनुमान की
हे राम लक्ष्मण जान की
राम लक्ष्मण जान की
हे जय बोलो हनुमान की
ओ राम लक्ष्मण जान की
जय बोलो हनुमान की
जय राम जय राम जय राम जय राम
हे
जय
श्री
राम जय राम जय राम जय राम
Give her a round of applause. That was good. Hey Radha Rani ki jai, Maha Rani ki jai, Radha
रानी की जय महारानी की जय
जय महारानी की जय
राधा रानी की जय महारानी की
हे
जय
बोलो बरसाने वाली की जय जय जय
बोलो बरसाने वाली की जय जय जय
ओ बोलो वृंदावन वाली की जय जय जय
बोलो वृंदावन वाली की जय जय जय
हे राधा रानी की जय महा रानी की जय
राधा रानी की जय, महारानी की जय।
राधा रानी की जय, महारानी की जय।
राधा रानी की जय, महारानी की जय।
राधे राधे बोलो, वृंदावन में डोलो।
राधे राधे बोलो, वृंदावन में डोलो।
राधे राधे बोलो, बरसाना में डोलो।
राधे राधे बोलो, बरसाना में डोलो।
राधे राधे बोलो, कॉवेंट्री में डोलो।
राधे राधे बोलो, कोवेंट्री में डोलो।
राधे राधे बोलो, अपने दिल में डोलो।
राधे राधे बोलो, अपने दिल में डोलो।
श्री राधे गोपाल,
जय राधे।
भज मन श्री राधे।
श्री राधे गोपाल, भज मन श्री राधे।
श्री राधे गोपाल, भज मन श्री राधे।
श्री राधे गोपाल, भज मन श्री राधे।
श्री राधे गोपाल राधे।
श्री राधे गोपाल राधे।
श्री राधे घनश्याम राधे।
श्री राधे घनश्याम राधे।
श्री राधे गोपाल, भज मन श्री राधे।
श्री राधे गोपाल, भज मन श्री राधे।
जय जय राधे, जय जय श्याम, जय जय श्री वृंदावन धाम।
जय जय राधे, जय जय श्याम, जय जय श्री वृंदावन धाम।
ओ जय जय राधे, जय जय श्याम, जय जय श्री वृंदावन धाम।
जय जय राधे, जय जय श्याम, जय जय श्री वृंदावन धाम।
प्यारी राधे, प्यारो श्याम, प्यारो 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 श्री वृंदावन धाम।
जय गोविंदा,
गोविंदा।
जय गोपाल, केशव माधव दीन दयाल।
जय गोविंदा, जय गोपाल, केशव माधव दीन दयाल।
ओ जय गोविंदा, जय गोपाल, केशव माधव दीन दयाल।
जय गोविंदा, जय गोपाल, केशव माधव गिरि गोपाल।
जय गोविंदा,
जय हो।
जय गोपाल, केशव माधव दीन दयाल।
जय गोविंदा, जय गोपाल, केशव माधव दीन दयाल।
दीन दयाल प्रभु, दीन दयाल, दीन दयाल प्रभु मदन गोपाल।
ओ दीन दयाल प्रभु, दीन दयाल, दीन दयाल प्रभु मदन गोपाल।
श्याम सुंदर कन्हैयाला, गिरिवरदारी नंद दोला।
ओ श्याम सुंदर कन्हैयाला, गिरिवरधारी नंद गोपाल।
श्याम सुंदर कन्हैयालाल, गिरवरधारी
नंदलाल। बोलो
श्याम सुंदर कन्हैयालाल, गिरिवरधारी नंद गोलाल।
वो नंद दोलाल प्रभु नंद दोलाल, Nanda Dolal Prabhu Madana Gopal.
Oh Nand Dolal Prabhu, Nand Dolal, Nand Dolal Prabhu Madan Gopal.
Bolo Radhe Radhe
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 Bolo Radhe Radhe
Radhe Radhe
O 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 Radhe Radhe
Radhe Radhe
Radhe Radhe
Radhe Radhe
O 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 Radhe Radhe
Radhe Radhe
Radhe Radhe
Radhe Radhe
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Hare Ram
Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna
Hare Krishna
Hare Krishna
Hare Krishna
Krishna Krishna
Krishna Krishna
Hare Hare
Hare Hare
Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare
Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare.
Bolo Jai Jagannath,
Jai Jagannath,
Jai Jagannath,
Jai Jagannath,
Jagannath, Jagannath,
Jagannath, Jagannath,
Jagannath, Jagannath,
Jagannath, Jagannath,
Baladev, Baladev,
Baladev, Baladev,
Subhadra, Subhadra,
Subhadra, Subhadra,
Sudarshan, Sudarshan,
Sudarshan, Sudarshan,
Jai Jagannath,
Jai Jagannath,
Oh Jai Jagannath,
Jai Jagannath,
Jai Jagannath, Jagannath,
Jai Jagannath,
Jagannath, Jagannath,
Jagannath, Jagannath,
Jagannath, Jagannath,
Jagannath,
Jagannath,
Jagannath,
Jagannath, Jai Jagannath,
Jai Jagannath,
Jai Baladeva,
Jai Baladeva,
Jai Subhadra,
Jai Subhadra.
Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada.
Jayo Prabhupada, Jayo Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada.
Guru Maharaj, Jaya Guru Maharaj, Guru Maharaj, Jayo Patite Pavan.
Jayo
Guru Maharaj, Jayo Guru Maharaj, Guru Maharaj, Jayo Patite Pavan.
Nittai Gora Hari Bol,
Nittai Gaur,
Hari Bol,
Nittai Gaur,
once more.
Nittai Gaur,
Hari Bol, Nittai Gora Hari Bol,
Hari
Bol, Hari Bol, Nittai Gora Hari Bol, Hari Bol,
Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol,
Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol.
Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol,
Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol.
Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol.
Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol.
Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol,
Hari Bol, Hari Bol.
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 Hari Bol, Hari Bol.
Jai Jai Shri Radhe.
जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंसपुरी ब्रजकाचार्य श्री श्रीमद अभय चरणारविंद भक्तिवेदांत स्वामी शिला प्रभुपाद की जय। जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंसपुरी ब्रजकाचार्य श्री श्रीमद भक्ति सिद्धांत गोस्वामी ठाकुर शिला प्रभुपाद की जय। गुरु परंपरा की जय। सर गोस्वामी की जय। श्री श्री सच्चिदानंद निताय चांद की जय। जगन्नाथ बलदेव सुभद्रा महारानी की जय। श्री श्री राधा माधव राधा रमन भगवान की जय। समवेत भक्त वृंद की जय। जगत गुरु शिला प्रभुपाद की जय। परमाराध्य पतित पावन श्रीला गुरु महाराज की जय। गौर प्रेमानंदी। ऑल ग्लोरीज टू द सिमुलिविटीज, ऑल ग्लोरीज टू द सिमुलिविटीज, ऑल ग्लोरीज, ऑल ग्लोरीज, ऑल ग्लोरीज टू शिला प्रभुपाद गुरु महाराज की जय हो।
So now we're going to do Nrsingadev prayers. So there was one person, Anuradha's brother.
Arumai.
Arumai, is it? Arumai. So he passed away. He's only 56. Passed away in New York, and he was a good man. He helped everybody, and you know the sister can't understand. He was very fit, vegetarian, no alcohol, nothing, helping everyone. He would go to gym as well. Went to gym, and some weights fell on his chest, so he was hurting him. He went to the doctor. The doctor says, "You got lung cancer." So he thought it would be maybe something to do with the heart, but it's a lung cancer. So only had a little period to die. But he was loved so much, she said, till 1 o'clock at night, people were like 50, 60 people waiting outside to talk to him and all that. And they would bring food parcels for him. And he was loved so much. So when she told me, she goes, "I don't want to see his picture. I don't believe it's happened." He's only 56. So really, can we pray for him, being a very good soul? May he be born in a devotee family and then, you know, carry on with the path. His sister sings very nicely, Anuradha Das, she was there. So who else? Japatak Maharaj has reached safely Bangalore. So round of applause for that. I think Nrsingadev brought him there. And if anybody is passed away or not well, please think of them now while the children sing the Nrsingadev prayer.
Namaste Narasimhaya.
प्रहलाद लाददायिने
हिरण्यकाशिपूर्वक्षः
हिरण्यकाशिपूर्वक्षः
शीलतङ्खानकालये
शीलाटङ्कानकालये
इतो नरसिंहो परतो नरसिंहो
इतो नरसिंहा परतो नरसिंहा
यतो यतो यामि ततो नरसिंहो
यतो यतो यामि ततो नरसिंहा
पाहे नरसिंहो हृदये नरसिंहो
बाहे नरसिंहो हृदये नरसिंहो
नरसिंहमदिं शरणं प्रपदे
नरसिंहमदिं शरणं प्रपदे
तव करकमलवरे नखाम् अद्भुतशृङ्गाय दलिता हिरण्यकशिपु तनुभृङ्गा केशव जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे
तव कर कमलवरे नाका अद्भुत शृंगाया दलिता हिरण्यकशिपु तनुभृङ्गाया केशवधृता नरहरि रूपा जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे
केशवदेता नरहरि रूपा जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे
केशवदीता नरहरि रूपा जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे
जय नरसिंहदेव जय नरसिंहदेव जय नरसिंहदेव जय नरसिंहदेव
ओ जय नरसिंहदेव जय नरसिंहदेव नरसिंहदेव जय नरसिंहदेव
जय प्रहलाद महाराज जय प्रहलाद महाराज जय प्रहलाद महाराज जय प्रहलाद महाराज
हो जय प्रहलाद महाराज जय प्रहलाद महाराज प्रहलाद महाराज जय प्रहलाद महाराज
जय प्रभुपादा जय प्रभुपादा जय प्रभुपादा जय प्रभुपादा
जय प्रभुपादा जय प्रभुपादा प्रभुपादा जय प्रभुपादा
जय गुरु महाराज जय गुरु महाराज जय गुरु महाराज जय गुरु महाराज
जय गुरु महाराज जय गुरु महाराज गुरु महाराज जय गुरु महाराज
नित्य गौर हरि बोल
नित्य गौर
हरि बोल
नित्य गौर
हरि बोल नित्य गौर हरि बोल
ओ नित्य गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल नित्य गौर हरि बोल
हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल
हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल
नित्य गौर नित्य गौर नित्य गौर नित्य गौर
नित्य गौर नित्य गौर नित्य गौर नित्य गौर
लोन सिंह देव की प्रहलाद महाराज की
जय हो।
प्रभुपाद की जय गुरु महाराज की जय नित्य गौर प्रेम